Hey Yappers, happy fall! We have a bit of an atypical episode for you today. We're covering one of my favorite shows of all time, Gilmore Girls. I have probably seen this show through close to 15 times, and Ruchi has only seen the pilot. I asked her to put together predictions for what happens in all 7 seasons of this show. So we yap about that, we yap about all of the beautiful and tragic mother-daughter relationships, and of course, whether we are Team Dean, Team Jess, or Team Logan. Get a hot cup of coffee and settle in for this cozy, nostalgic episode. Hey Yappers, welcome back to Binge Yap Repeat. Today is the first day of fall. Ooh. September 21st. And so to celebrate, Ruchi and I are going to be doing a special episode on one of my favorite shows of all time, Gilmore Girls.
What we normally do for episodes is we binge watch a show, then we talk about it, then we give a rating, and then do a little binge in progress segment. So this is going to be a new format entirely where Shalini has watched the show Gilmore Girls 10 times all the way through, more than that.
Yeah, probably a little more than that.
And I have only watched the first episode last night.
Is that actually the only episode you've ever seen?
It's the only episode I've ever seen.
Okay.
Maybe snippets here and there from what you've shown me. But other than that, I have only seen the first episode end to end.
Amazing. Amazing. So first, I'm going to ask Ruchi to give us everything she knows about this show.
Yes. I know the title.
Great. That's a good start.
You're welcome.
Then I'm going to have her do a little pilot recap, just what she learned about the show. And then I'm going to have her predict the entire show. So I've given her a few prompts of questions that I want her to answer when she thinks things will happen and how they'll happen. And then we will go into more of a discussion about the actual show and about specific characters and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm excited.
All right, me too. Happy fall.
Yay.
Okay, so Ruchi, do you want to start by just telling Yappers and me everything you know about this show?
The show is called Gilmore Girls. It stars Rory and Lorelai. No, that's not it. I know that Rory has at least three different guys who are love interests in her life. And I know that the internet is maybe conflicted about which team to be on. There's no how in The Summer I Turned Pretty was it's obviously Team Conrad by the end, but in the middle it was Team Conrad, Team Jeremiah. So I know that there are teams, there are camps. And I don't know if it's the same with Lorelai. I don't see people talking about Lorelai like they do for Rory. So I'm interested to see what team I should be on. I want an opinion on that. I also know that Rory dropped out of Yale because of that famous GIF that's how could you drop out of Yale? And I am also how could you drop out of Yale? Yeah. So
why did you drop out of Yale?
Yeah, that one. Yes, exactly. So I am interested to see who that was and why he said that to her and why she dropped out in the first place. So, let me see what else I know about Gilmore Girls. I think that's pretty much it. To be fair, I have tried to watch Gilmore Girls before, and I think I've only made it halfway through the first episode before I've given up. So this is the first time that I watched it all the way through. And I will say, I actually am excited about watching the rest of the season based on what I saw in the pilot.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I think
love to hear it.
Beforehand, because when I watched the first episode before, I basically got to the part where she didn't want to go to Chilton anymore because she met Dean. And I was like, really? Like, you met this guy on your last day of school and that's why you want to not go to Chilton? So I judged her hardcore for that. That's why I never watched it. But after watching it all the way through, I see the appeal.
Okay, great. The pilot is very sweet.
Yes,
yeah.
It is very sweet. So with that being said, here are my predictions.
Oh, okay. Or do you want to go through like what happened in the pilot?
Just to yes.
Remind yappers if it's been a while since you watched Gilmore Girls.
Okay. If it's been more than 2 days since you watched Gilmore Girls, here's what happens in the first episode. So Rory gets into Chilton. Lorelai goes to her parents to beg for money. We realize that Lorelai comes from a very wealthy family. She accepts their money on the condition that Rory and Lorelai go and do weekly dinners with her parents. But then on her last day of school, Rory meets this bad boy, Dean, and then doesn't want to go to Chilton anymore. But I think in the end, she is convinced to go to Chilton. I think that was unclear, but I think she goes to Chilton. And then we find out that Rory's dad, his name is Christopher, and he has his own internet startup. And generally, Lorelai and the parents have a bad relationship. And they live in Stars Hollow. And Melissa McCarthy is there.
Great recap. Excellent.
Yes. Oh, and also we meet Patty, the dance instructor.
Oh, yeah,
in episode
Miss Patty.
1. Yeah, because I remember you told me about her when we were doing our Étoile recap.
Yes, yeah. Miss Patty's dance studio.
Yes.
That's right.
Miss Patty's dance studio makes an appearance.
All right.
Great. So that being said.
So what do you think happens in the rest of the 7 seasons?
I would love to tell you. Okay, so one thing that you told me, which I think was really critical to wrap my framework around, is that the show starts with the beginning of her sophomore year of high school and ends with the senior year of college. So I basically used that as my framework for seasons 1 through 7. Okay, so in season 1, I say Rory and Dean get into a relationship, but then Rory gets in trouble with Chilton for something that Dean did, and her grandparents have to intervene or something, and Rory loses her virginity to Dean in this season because she's 16, and that's when Lorelai gets pregnant with Rory's age 16.
Okay, out of everything you said,
everything is wrong.
You got one thing right, which is that she does lose her virginity to Dean.
Let's go.
It's more complicated than that, but we can get into that later.
Whoa, it's more complicated. Okay. All right. Season 2, Rory is 17. So I think the overall theme for this season is that Rory struggles with her Rory from the block attitude and wants to be with Dean, but then goes to Chilton and finds some other boy to be obsessed about at Chilton. I also say that Rory hangs out with Christopher, her dad, and then tries to convince Lorelai to get back together with her dad, Christopher. And Lorelai and Christopher date, but it doesn't last. And then just as a side note, the Stars Hollow Inn burns down.
Dude, okay. First of all, Rory, okay, wait. I'm trying to remember what you said because some of those things were right.
What? Okay.
Yeah, some of those things were right. Okay, I'll just start from the end. The Stars Hollow Inn, or it's actually called the Independence Inn.
Oh, okay.
It does burn down.
No way.
Yes, but it's in season 3.
No way.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Okay.
Also, towards the end of season 2, Lorelai and Christopher do try dating, and it doesn't work. It's like
Let's
a 2-episode turnaround.
Let's go. Okay, the reason that I did the Stars Hollow Inn, Independence Inn, burns down is because Melissa McCarthy was such a mess. And then they got a new stub in season at the end of the first episode. So I have a feeling, if I can make another prediction, I think it's Melissa McCarthy burns it down.
I think they don't say, / maybe it was an electrical fire or something. I don't, but it definitely wasn't Suki's fault.
Suki. Yeah. Okay, that's her name. Got it. I see. Okay. So
okay,
cool.
What else was right? You said that Rory
finds some other boy.
At school. There is another boy at school that really likes her, and actually in season 1 they kiss. But then in season 2, that boy just like is really into her still, while she's with Dean, and then Dean feels threatened.
Oh.
So, and that boy is Chad Michael Murray.
Wow.
Yeah. His name is Tristan in the show.
Tristan. Okay.
Yeah.
Tristan did not play a factor into past season 2.
Because he actually leaves for One Tree Hill like midway through season 2.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Great. That's why he's not a factor in this. Okay. Season 3. Okay, so like this is my prediction for season 1 and 2. Season 3 through 7 is much smaller.
Okay, more vague.
More vague. Because I'm like, I don't know if those things are right, but let's see. Okay, season 3, Rory is 18. She gets into Yale.
True.
Hell yeah. Lorelai and Luke get together.
It doesn't happen season 3.
Come on. Okay. So this is out there. I say that Lorelai's dad dies, and then Lorelai and Melissa McCarthy, Suki, start their new inn with the inheritance from Lorelai's dad. And that's why I went back to season 2 and I was like, it's gotta burn down. It's gotta go. Or maybe with the inheritance or the insurance from the Independence Inn burning down.
I think after the Yale thing, everything else is wrong. But
Damn it.
Richard, Lorelai's dad, does not die in the series, but he dies between the series and the reboot, A Year in the Life. So he does die in canon, but
everyone's gotta die.
At some point. Yeah. He does have some near-death experiences in season 1 and season 7, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, like heart attack.
Oh no.
Yeah. Brushes with death.
He old as fuck, so that makes sense. Wait, weren't you saying something about the actor? That the actor is like someone that we've seen before, or no?
He is a pretty famous guy. His name is Edward Herman.
This is crazy that you just know this off the top of your head.
What else has he been in? Oh, he played FDR in Eleanor and Franklin. He was in Annie in the 1982 movie.
Oh.
Maybe he played was it like Moneybank's?
Yeah, like her Mr. Daddy Longlegs.
Daddy Fairbanks? Yeah, maybe he played that. Okay. Well, I really just know him as Richard Gilmore.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, season 4. Oh wait, so they don't start their new inn at this point in season 3.
They do not.
Damn. Okay. Season 4, Rory is 19. She goes to Yale but has a bad time, has no friends, whatever. Lorelai and Luke break up. That's all I put for season 4.
Okay, she does go to Yale.
Great.
And that's about it.
Great.
Actually, I would say she doesn't have a bad time, but she definitely doesn't have the best time. So
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I should have been softer with my language. Doesn't have a great time.
Yeah.
Okay. But do Lorelai and Luke then get together at this point?
Yes. At the very end of season 4. They made us wait a long time.
Seriously. The moment that he showed up in the pilot, I was like, their endgame.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
It's so obvious. Oh, fun fact. Those actors do not get along with each other.
Really?
It kind of seems like Lauren Graham doesn't love Scott Patterson, but Scott Patterson would have been down to date. From what I've heard, his interviews on Gilmore Guys, her interviews with like media. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So maybe this is like then an off by one thing. So I'm going to put my Lorelai and Luke breakup to season 5.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to put. Lorelai and Luke break up in season 5. Rory is 20. Rory drops out of Yale for a boy. And then I also say Lorelai has to abandon her dream of the new inn to bail Rory out for whatever situation Rory has gotten into herself. I don't know.
Okay. Lorelai and Luke do break up in season 5.
Hell yeah.
But they also get back together.
Oh, come on. I put that in season 6.
Then Rory, that is at the very end of season 5 is when Rory drops out of Yale.
Oh, okay.
And then season 6 is when Jess, who was actually introduced in season 2, comes back into her life.
Wait, who is Jess?
Yeah, you didn't get there.
Oh, no. Jess is not Chilton guy, right?
No.
That was Tristan.
That was Tristan.
Okay.
Jess is Luke's nephew that comes to stay with him in season 2.
I see. Okay.
And then he and Rory have a ton of chemistry that drives a wedge between her and Dean.
I see.
Yeah. Anyway, so
A lot of wedges between her and Dean.
Yeah, Dean was a jealous boy. He's not in the show in season 5 at all, I think, Jess. But then in season 6, he comes back. They've spent like a lot of time apart, at least over 2 years. And then he sees that her life is so different. He's like, why did you drop out of Yale?
That's Jess. Okay, got it. Great. That changes a lot of things here. I like completely forgot about that boy. I should have been like, yeah, anyway, he did not play a factor in this. Okay, what are we on? Season 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so season 6, Rory is 21. I say that Rory breaks up with boy, capital B, but doesn't want to go back to Yale. And then that's where I was thinking that the why did you drop out of Yale happened. But I didn't know who that person was.
Okay.
And that's all I had for season 6.
Great. So season 6, she does break up with her boyfriend at the time, whose name is Logan.
Oh, okay.
He's a Yale boy.
I see.
And they're together for most of the season, and then she like decides to go back to Yale.
Because of Logan?
No.
So why did she drop out of Yale?
Okay. So in the middle of season 5, she starts dating Logan. His family invites her over for dinner, and his family's like billionaires because they run like a huge media company. His dad runs a huge media company. She wants to be a journalist.
Okay.
And so when she comes over for dinner, they like super overreact to Logan dating her, and they're like, she's not of good breeding, and like, you know, they like really freak out, even though her grandparents are like so rich, but they're not like Huntsberger rich. Yeah.
Okay.
And so then to make up for that, Logan's dad hires her on as an intern at one of his newspapers. But then a few weeks later, he has a one-on-one with her and is like, you don't have what it takes. Yeah, sorry. Some people have it and you don't.
Oh my God.
I know.
What happened to Nepo babies?
I know. And so then she freaks out, has a huge crash out, and drops out of Yale.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I was on this path my whole life, and like, now I don't know what to do. So anyway, then she's still dating Logan this whole time. She takes the semester off. She starts working at her grandmother's, like, the Daughters of the American Revolution, which is a real thing.
Yeah, actually, I have heard of this. Yes.
But yeah, she starts like volunteering with them. And then one semester, and she just like gets sick of it, and Jess comes back into her life and is like, why did you drop out of Yale? And that just like does something to her. And then she's like, oh my God, I need to get a job. I need to go back to school, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes back. Yeah.
Good job, Jess.
Yeah.
Good for you. Am I team Jess? Okay, don't tell me. Okay. Okay, and then season 7, Rory is now 22. She goes back to Yale and she graduates and ends up with Dean, question mark. I don't know anyone else at this point. and then I put Lorelai and Luke get together in season 7 and then stay together. So
okay.
That happens in season 6, actually. And then they stay together until season 7.
So they break up and get back together within like 4 episodes of season 5.
Oh, okay.
Then they're together for the rest of season 5 and all of season 6.
Okay.
Then at the very end of season 6, Lorelai cheats on him with Christopher.
I
guess technically it wasn't cheating because she gives him an ultimatum and then he's like, I can't do that right now. And then she storms out and then sleeps with Christopher. Yeah.
Lorelai.
I know. So then they're broken up for all the episodes of season 7 until the very, very end.
And then they get together at the end.
Yeah. They like kiss and that's the last scene of the show.
Okay. Well, I guess we're team Luke for Lorelai. for the most part. That makes sense. So for Rory, I guess I'm Team Jess based on what you said, but I'm not sure.
Limited information.
So, what team should I be on?
Okay, so Yappers, I'm actually not 100% Team Jess because so they start dating season 3 episode 7.
Okay.
After this dance marathon. And so when they start dating, they only date from season 3 episode 8 all the way through close to the end of that season.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a terrible boyfriend to her. She loves going to all the town things, but then he never wants to go to them. And then she's like, but you came to the basket thing when I was dating Dean. You came to this, you came to that. And he's like, yeah, that's what I was trying to get you. Now I have you. Yeah. Yeah.
So rude.
And then there's this one episode where like they were planning on doing something Friday night, but he doesn't call. So then she's just sitting around all day. And then she pretends like she's not mad at him. Then he still doesn't call until Saturday. And then she's like, fine, I'm just like going to go hang out with my friend. And then, anyway, so he doesn't treat her very well in that way. I will say, I think they are the best match out of her 3 guys.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Dean, who is first boyfriend, Jess, and then Logan. And then Logan, though, I think was the best boyfriend to her, but I don't think they're the perfect match.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I just think she's not herself around him, and she just cosplays this, I don't know, trophy wife kind of person when she's with him versus with Jess, she was just her bookworm self.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we excuse the bad behavior because they are checks notes 17 at this point?
I think so. And Jess had a pretty tough upbringing too. His mom was pretty absent and his dad was also absent. And so that's why he goes to live with Luke in the first place.
I see.
Yeah, so he was a troubled kid.
He was going through a lot. Yeah. You know, we give him a pass for that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I have a lot of love for Jess.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are officially Team Jess. Good to know what side I'm on now. Great. Okay.
Oh, do you want to hear how she loses her virginity?
Yeah, I want to. What is this complicated situation? So she kisses
Tristan. That's in season 1. Okay. Flash forward to season 3.
What?
Yeah. So she's dating Jess.
Okay.
Dean is furious. Basically, for half of season 2 and the beginning of season 3, she's like obviously into Jess but won't drop Dean. And she's just like stringing Dean along. Then after she and Jess get together, Dean like pretty soon after that starts dating a new girl named Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dean and Jess get in a fight at a house party. Suspiciously right after that, he proposes to Lindsay.
Oh.
Senior year of high school.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. They get married.
What? She said yes?
Yeah. They get married at the beginning of season 4. And then all of season 4, he and Rory kind of rekindle their friendship. And then she sleeps with him and he's cheating on his wife with her. Yeah.
No.
And that's how she loses her virginity.
Wait, but I thought this was season 1 that she loses her virginity.
No, that's what you thought.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. She does lose her virginity to Dean, but it's not in season 1. It's in season 3.
At the end of season 4.
Or at the end of season 4, when he's a married man.
Yes. He's been a married man like almost the entire season.
Oh my God.
Have you seen that clip where she's like, my Dean? He's my Dean.
No.
Oh, okay. That shows up a lot on my social media. But anyway, that's her telling her mom, like, he loves me. He's my Dean. And then Lorelai's like, he is not your Dean. He's Lindsay's Dean. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Rory.
I know.
If I did see that, I was probably like, is this like the Yale Dean?
The Dean of Yale University.
The Dean of Yale. My Dean, my list, my Dean's list.
Pick me, choose me for the Dean's list.
Dean's list. Oh, okay. So it's Dean. Got it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm like definitely not Team Dean. That's great. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have some other questions
Okay.
about Gilmore Girls in general.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Shalini, you've probably spent 10,000 consumption hours watching Gilmore Girls. Can you tell me, why do you think you've watched it so many times?
I think it's a few things. One is definitely nostalgia. So I can understand why someone watching the show for the first time right now would not be as into it as I am. I totally get that a big part of it is nostalgia. That being said, I also think I love it because it feels very cozy. All of seasons, at least 1 through 3, feel just like this utopian town where everything's just like so perfect and cute and adorable. The Gilmore Girls are just like having a good time. They have like fun banter. So I feel like it's just a very cozy show where I can just like escape normal life and I know exactly what's going to happen. It's never too dramatic. Like, you know, it's just like a very steady state slice of life kind of show.
Yeah. Did you used to watch it when it was like airing on TV?
No, actually, I watched a few episodes then, but I watched it all senior year of college, which is when it came on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
And then from then on, I kept watching it.
Nice.
And what's interesting is that every time I watch it, I start to form different opinions.
Really?
Like the first few times through, I was totally Team Dean, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because in the beginning they show that he treats her really well compared to Jess for sure. He's actually not a bad boy at all. He's a sweetheart boy that is really nice to Lorelai and comes over and just hangs out with the two of them and totally respects their dynamic and stuff in the beginning. And then he starts getting jealous. But yeah, so I was like, oh, like Dean's so nice. And then later I was like, actually, he's like a little controlling. He starts to get a little controlling in season 2. And actually, Jess really gets her. Like, he knows how to support her. And so, yeah, just stuff like that. I started changing.
Do you think that was a result of like you personally growing up and understanding the world more? Or was it just like things you noticed in the show more and more?
Maybe a little bit of both. I do think there's an element of me just growing up and like wanting a different kind of partner for myself over time. And also I think there are layers to this show where at first something seems a certain way and then the next time you watch it, you're like, actually, I don't know. Maybe this is what they were trying to show.
I see.
Yeah.
I love that. Like your own life experiences shape how you watch and enjoy the show even so many years later.
Yeah.
And so many like iterations later.
And I used to find Emily, the grandmother, so horrid. And now she's like my favorite character.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I understand that. I understand that a lot. I think when I watched the first episode, where she was like, oh yeah, we can give you the money on the condition that you have to come and call us and you also have to come and eat dinner with us on a weekly basis. I think now living far away from my parents, I'm like, oh, she misses her children. She misses her child. She misses her grandchild. That is so sweet of her to be like, oh, like I'm this controlling woman and like in order to get this money, oh, you have to like, you know, care about me a little bit more. And I was like, that is really sad, but also very understandable why she would put those conditions in place. So I think I definitely understand that more.
Yeah. I love how this show is mostly, it's actually, I know we've spent a lot of time talking about love interests, but actually at the core of this show, it really is about the female relationships. It's between Rory and Lorelai. It's between Lorelai and Emily. It's between Rory and Emily. It's just like, it's so female-centric. Lorelai and Suki. And actually, I can't say this for sure, but I think it maybe fails the reverse Bechdel test where like anytime two men are talking to each other, it's like very rarely not about the women.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I need to pay attention to that. I think I will watch
Yeah, it is. It's very slow,
Yeah.
which I think, like, in modern TV, it's just not the same pacing anymore. And it's, 22 episode seasons, 7 seasons. So it is a very different pace, but it's great as like a background show.
Yeah. I think I am looking forward to watching more understimulating things.
This is perfect for that.
Yes. Yeah. I've gone through this phase even with like the music that I'm listening to recently. It's like I've started listening to Circles by Mac Miller, which I don't know if you've listened to it before, but it's
No.
like so understimulating, so mellow. I think it might be like low-key depressed, like depressive song, but it is very like low-key, and I think that's the vibe that I'm in right now, which is probably why I enjoyed watching the pilot.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. As an example, there is an entire episode where Rory's storyline is trying to find a tree to study under.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I think I've had that conundrum before where I'm like, well, this patch of ground is a little too like dirt and not enough grass. And like this patch of ground is a little damp. And like, where do I sit? So I understand. Who is your favorite character and why? Emily?
I think Emily is my favorite character. See, okay, I will say it does change from watch through to watch through. Right now, I'm definitely on an Emily kick, just because like I think I'm more just starting to see everything from her perspective. I kind of started in Rory's perspective, then went to Emily's perspective or Lorelai's perspective, and now that I've like lived in Lorelai's perspective for a while, I'm like, wait, Emily, from her perspective. Okay, she was a pretty strict mother, which I'm sure you can imagine.
Yes.
Then her daughter gets pregnant at 16. Obviously, Emily and Richard are in like run in circles where that does not happen.
Yeah.
And so her whole life kind of falls apart when Lorelai gets pregnant. And then when Lorelai's baby is 1 year old, Lorelai just runs away from home and she doesn't know where she goes and she never comes back, and she's just like trying to get Lorelai back into her life.
That's so scary.
I know. And so I really think everything she does is with the goal of like getting Lorelai back into her life, becoming close with Lorelai. She just doesn't know how to communicate like that and is stuck in her own ways so much. Like there's this episode where she kind of manipulates Lorelai into doing a spa weekend away with her. And that whole time she's kind of like, Lorelai, like I really want the relationship that you and Rory have, blah, blah, blah. They have a great time, and then something happens and she just snaps and starts blaming Lorelai for everything. And then Lorelai's like, Mom, you can't want the relationship that me and Rory have if you're gonna react to things like this. Like it goes both ways.
Yeah.
And so I just the last few watch throughs I've just really felt so bad for Emily. Yeah.
Oof, that hits close to home. I totally understand that. Yeah.
I think you'll really like this show.
Okay.
Yeah, the mother-daughter dynamics are so beautiful.
Aw.
Yeah.
How do you think the mother-daughter dynamics that you've observed in Gilmore Girls has affected your own daughter-mother dynamic? Or maybe will affect you in the future?
Oh, that's a good question. I think if I do have a daughter, I will say I think my mom did a really great job raising me and my sister, and I don't have too many complaints. But I think one thing that Lorelai does beautifully is just like she says we're friends first and mother and daughter second. And I really feel that like when Rory does sleep with Dean, Lorelai does get angry at first, but then she's like, hey, like, I'm sorry I reacted like that. Let's pause. Let's just talk like friends. What happened? And like, she's so good at becoming part of Rory's world rather than like forcing Rory to understand her world in a way that I think a lot of mothers struggle with. I'm sure also the smaller age difference helps with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she just has so much empathy for what Rory's going through.
Yeah.
And she is like super protective of Rory. And I admire that so much.
Yeah. I think there must also be like a really strong foundation of trust that the two of them have, especially because Lorelai was a single mom and like they only had each other for a really long time.
Yes.
So I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine talking with my mom like friends. Could not. Maybe
I'm sure
one day.
Lorelai doesn't either.
Yeah, maybe one day, but I don't know. Okay. Are you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Power rank the seasons
Oh,
and
okay.
give your reasoning.
Okay. So I will say, Yappers, I am very biased towards the early seasons because I just love when Rory's still living in Stars Hollow before she goes to Yale. And yeah, just everything about that. So I would say season 3 was so good. So I think that season is my
Okay.
favorite. There were some banger episodes in there. One of the episodes is directed by Kenny Ortega, who directed High School Musical.
Oh, yeah,
And,
we
like-
had a conversation about
Oh,
this before.
yeah.
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 Wow, okay, I know a lot of I know more
I told you a lot about
I know more about Gilmore Girls because you've told me about it. But I would say it's less about the plot and more about
just like fun facts.
fun facts. Yeah.
Yeah, so season 3, she breaks up with Dean and goes towards Jess, which is a huge, very emotionally charged plot line. Lorelai, her inn burns down. She and Suki are like trying to find the money to start their own inn, so that happens.
They didn't get any from the inheritance.
No inheritance because Rich is still alive.
Damn.
I think it's the perfect mix of the heartwarming steady state of seasons 1 and 2 with some more interesting plot lines. So that's why I love season 3. Then I would say 2, then 1, because I honestly think when Jess enters the show, things get really interesting.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Then I would say maybe 5.
All right.
Season 5 is the early Luke and Lorelai days, so that's very
yes.
sweet.
Okay.
Rory is starts dating Logan, and so that causes really interesting dynamics between her mom, and Emily, because Emily and Richard are thrilled that she's dating Logan Huntsberger.
I see.
Lorelai feels shoved out because Lorelai's like, this is not how I raised Rory. And so
Yeah.
Lorelai kind of spirals over that, but like wants to be supportive, especially after the whole Dean thing in season 4.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so it's just like a very interesting dynamics. Then season 4, because Lorelai is dating Richard's business partner secretly, and so there's a lot of drama around that.
Daddy Longlegs?
Daddy Longlegs' business partner.
Uncle Longlegs?
Yeah, correct. But he's her age. He's Lorelai's age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Zaddy Longlegs?
Daddy Longlegs.
Got there in the end.
And so there's a huge falling out, a huge blowout from that. So yeah, I love that season.
Okay.
Then 6 is not good and 7 is worse. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm excited. Maybe I'll just stop watching after 3.
Season 3? Yeah.
Maybe 5.
Yeah. I would
Maybe
say get
7.
to 5. Because at the end, maybe 7. Maybe after a year in the life.
Maybe after I watch it 10 times through.
Okay, the reason I hate season 6 and 7. Well, first of all, season 6, the first half of it is when Rory has dropped out of Yale. She and her mom don't speak the whole first half of the season because she's dropped out of Yale. So it feels really weird.
Yeah.
She's living in Emily and Richard's pool house. It's like not right. It's just wrong. And then they reconcile in the middle of season 6, but then Luke has a secret daughter that comes in season 6, and that drives a rift between him and Lorelai.
I see.
Yeah, so that whole season is a mess. And then season 7, actually, Amy Sherman Palladino and Dan Palladino leave the show. And so it's written by the other writers, and it's not good. It feels like fan fiction. It's so bad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my. Do you think Amy and Dan, the Palladinos, do you think they like tanked the show in season 6?
People say that.
Like intentionally?
Yeah. People think that because What was their reasoning? Oh yeah, they think that they made Lorelai sleep with Christopher at the very end of season 6 to like screw over the writers for season 7. So they're like, how are we gonna get Lorelai and Luke back together?
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
But obviously can't prove that. Don't hold me to that, yappers. But
It's canon. Look it up. Open your eyes. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But like, is it? I mean. Yeah, I guess the showrunners do have final say over things. So I guess it is true that the writers would be like, are you sure? And then they would be like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, evil Kermit, do it. Wow. Aww.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe I'll see. It kind of feels like The Office when...
when Michael Scott leaves.
Yeah, when Michael Scott leaves. But even like 1 or 2 episodes after that, it's still like a little bit like, oh, I guess it could maybe work. But then soon after that, it's like, why are we still here?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? So it's like a little bit of an existential spiral. But yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Next question. I
Next
think this is the last question.
Oh, okay.
We kind of already covered this, but fuck, marry, kill. Just Dean Logan. And then also Christopher, Luke, Jason. Who is Jason?
Jason is Zaddy Long. Uncle Zaddy Long.
Uncle Zaddy. I see. Jason. Right. Okay. I have to see pictures of them.
Okay.
In order
let's show you pictures.
Let's start with Justine Logan.
Hopefully there's a picture of all 3 of them. Okay. Jess, Dean, Logan.
Fuck Jess, kill Dean, marry Logan.
That is a correct answer.
Hell yeah. God,
I think, yeah, that's a good answer.
You've taught me well.
Okay, now let's see. Luke, Christopher, Jason.
That's Mr. Luke Christopher.
American rapper and singer. Okay, this is a meme, but all of them are in here.
Okay.
So this is Christopher, Rory's dad.
Okay.
You know what Luke looks like, right?
Yeah. Luke is hot.
Yeah, Luke is hot. And that's Jason.
Kill Jason. Oh my God. Jesus. I think I personally would marry Christopher, fuck Luke, and kill Jason.
Okay.
Is it the other way around for Luke and Christopher?
Yeah. Only because like Luke is heart of gold and Christopher is like rich fuck boy.
That makes sense. I think I just don't like the backwards cap on Luke.
That's fair. You can't live with that your whole life.
No, I cannot. Sorry, Luke. I know it's I know it's under there. I saw that. So great.
Yeah. Great.
Well, I guess should we rate? There's no pointer. I think you're gonna rate it a 10, and then I would rate it like just off the pilot.
Do you want to, on a scale of 1 to 10, the likelihood that you'll watch through season 7? Okay, let's do season 3. What's the likelihood you'll make it to the end of season 3?
By what timeline?
Any timeline.
Like in my life? Hey, never say never. I mean, at some point, I'm sure I'll run out of TV and start watching Gilmore Girls.
Don't insult my favorite show like that.
No, actually, I felt like it was a really nice, cozy show. Maybe like a 70%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At least until the end of season 3, because the power ranking was so high. But I do think it depends on if I make it to season 1, episode 2. I will say, if I start season 1, episode 2 and finish that, then the likelihood is a lot higher. If I don't finish season 1, episode 2, it goes down to like
you
0.
know what? This is like our episode retention graph.
Yeah.
Everyone starts it.
That is exactly what the curve looks like for watching TV. I made it through. I forced myself to make it through. By the way, I think I've seen the pilot, or I've tried to start the pilot at least 3 times before. And then this is the only time that I've made it through.
Oh.
So because
proud
of
of
that, because of that, my likelihood of completing season 1, episode 2 is a lot higher.
Okay.
I'll give it what did I say? 70?
Yeah.
Yeah, 70. I'll give it a 70.
All right. Great.
Yeah. Now
All right.
what?
Well,
Oh.
Yappers, happy fall. Go watch Gilmore Girls. Let us know if there's anything else you want us to discuss about Gilmore Girls. Maybe we can do a part 2 once you've watched more.
Yeah, maybe. And happy season 3 of Binge Yap Repeat.
Yes! Season 3!
Woo!
Thanks for yapping with us. If you loved this episode, have some hot takes we missed, or if you've got a show you're dying for us to binge next, follow us on socials. We're at Binge Yap Repeat.
Until next time, happy binging!